Hi everyone, for this video, talking about Kumoko's evolution. As far as we know, Kumoko has the most evolution cycles out of monsters series of yet. Starting off, Kumoko was isekai'd in Small Lesser Taratect that recently hatched from an egg from the monster known as Mother. But the perk of all the reincarnates ended up being they were more sentient than a normal run-of-the-mill monster, which allowed them to think for themselves. This will come in handy since the Taratect evolution cycle can lead down locked paths, meaning they can get stuck as a certain species of spider. They can't revert back to a previous state. Lesser Taratect, the very weak monster, even the name implies. This spider is usually rather small, white and black body. It can't really do much but running straight forwards towards the enemy, and it's so easy to defeat that an untrained human wouldn't have too much problem, unless it happened to be in a group, then that might be an issue. Once Kumoko is the level cap, level 10, as the Small Lesser Taratect into Small Taratect, which in addition doesn't look too much different to the previous form, while being a little stronger. Once Kumoko has defeated enough enemies with the poison fangs, she'll then unlock the poison technique user title. This ends up being her evolution cycle, which was locked behind a title which most people would have overlooked. So instead of Kumoko evolving into a Taratect, once she hit level 10, she could then divert into a Small Poison Taratect instead. Compared to the previous evolution, Kumoko has changed into a completely different spider known as the Small Poison Taratect, thus making her look less like a typical spider. This new evolution allows her to specialize in poison. Her overall size hasn't changed that much. The new characteristic has appeared on her body in the form of red orbs, which contain poison that spread all across her body. And once Kumoko has grinded another 10 levels to her level cap, as well as acquiring the assassin title, which I'm assuming was unlocked due to sneak attacks on the enemies, will be able to evolve into a Zoa Ele. The new features because acquired from the evolution that she now specializes in agility and rot attacks, and one new addition that she now has a pitch black body, scythe-like forefeet to razor sharp. Jin says that suddenly appear behind its victim, decapitate them with scythes. One of the reasons we don't see many of subspecies to if the individual doesn't somehow acquire rot attacks or a major drawback, meaning if the spider didn't have a sound mind, just thought instinctively would possibly rot move, destroying the monster it's fighting within itself. Move is rather deadly. It doesn't have distance towards it, thus making double-edged sword. Once Kumoko hits the level cap, this time which is now level 20 rather than 10, she'll be allowed to evolve another step further, more human-like evolution. But for now, she will then evolve into an Isekai, able to skillfully defeat her enemies and at a majorly disadvantage or being completely outnumbered. So the subspecies spider Kumoko is now evolved into Isekai. The spider is feared as a symbol of death that specializes in stealth and rot attacks. It's characterized by its black body, except for a white skull that's newly obtained by this form, and its two scythe-like front legs. This form, Kumoko's second to last evolution. Now, let's talk about this form, Zana Horowa. As you know, form Kumo evolves into from previous state of Edasane. This new form still gives her the scythe-like front legs. The thing about being small means she doesn't have a huge hitbox, unlike huge dragons who have a massive target all over their body. One of the major differences in this form is that the black part of Kumoko's body has vanished, now completely white, which is one of the main noticeable features. She now has ink scattered all across her body. But the major perk of this form is that it allows her to acquire skill immortality. For a rot attack user, this is great news, and this immortality skill proved vital later on, helping her to eventually evolve into an Arachne. And once Kumoko hits her even higher max level cap 50, she will finally be able to evolve into an Arachne, which is the end of her evolution cycle. Due to she wanted to have a more human body she could communicate. Plus, for some people, she might not look as frightening. So this subspecies finally evolved into, if she didn't already know about how to evolve into it through her wisdom skill, this would have been a lot harder to achieve. The first is this special evolution is only exclusively available to a small to medium sized Taratect that are at least level 50, also possess the pride skill. Evolution has an upper body, human, spider, or a lower body, depending on the species they've evolved from. This could affect the look entirely. It is said that the human part of the spider actually is a full lady. One great thing about this form is that from day one, Kumoko was considered as a weak F level threat, which is the lowest possible rank for a monster. Now she has acquired a danger level so threatening that it's rather hard for people to measure it. One reason not many people have seen her to evaluate type of threat levels she would. The rest of them might have not lived to talk about it. So I would at least on the top end of the spectrum, but possibly S class. The abilities on Arachne appear to heavily on what species it was evolving, traits of which spider half inherits. Overall, the evolution merely offers an increase in stats. In fact, might even lose some skill should they be incompatible with the body's structure. However, in turn, an Arachne does possess some of the humanity unique traits for a human half, like being capable of speech, equipping items, so having both a human and spider body gives it a unique field of vision, gives her at least 8 to 10 eyes, since the human portion and the spider portion each have their own brain. One happens destroyed, the other can continue fine. The other can continue to survive. So this is all the evolution cycles of Kumoko's spider evolution tree. If you enjoyed this or would like to learn some more about either Kumoko or the other reincarnates of the same universe, make sure to let me know in the comments down below. It usually is the best way to find out whether people like watching this type of stuff. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you again next time. Bye now.